can reach it.
And 24.
If I can reach it.
Nonsense and ridiculous. Okay, you're right. It's not like the paper is on. Rena,
it's not even on. How y'all doing out there? I'm listening to Roland Martin.
What you do.
Let me get this off before I get sued. Hi, everybody. Where's my thing at? Where's all this at? Okay, then why aren't you? Okay, this can't be the same thing. It is the same thing. I'm confused. Hi, guys. I just wanted to jump on for no other reason than to talk Cash Money 1000. Well, why my light ain't coming on, though? What's up with that? Everything plugged up. Anyway, I just wanted to check on my legacy family to see how everyone is doing. It's been a while since I've been live. I know you guys miss me. My light just went out. Don't know what happened with it. Yeah. Let me see if I can get this light right. There we go. Oh, there goes some light. There we go. There goes some light. I got some light. I got some light. Let me see. I like to look a little red, like my true undertone. How's everyone doing? It's late. I know it's late. I'm about to go to bed too. I ain't even gonna be up. So, did you guys watch the debate? I'm Kathleen, your conscious coach. Listen, did you guys watch the debate? That was funny. That was hilarious. It wasn't funny that Mike Pence was not following any of the directions of the moderator. It wasn't funny that he was totally disrespectful to Kamala Harris. Like, I'm not even a Kamala Harris fan. However, I totally am voting the Biden ticket because we got to get Trump out of there. And I'm not a Kamala Harris fan because of some stuff she did back in the day. I'm waiting on her to atone for all that and to tell me how she gonna fix that. I just feel like she should be a leader in that space when it comes to police reform and stuff like that. But I'm paying attention to her. I'm watching her, and hopefully at some point I can jump on the Biden Harris ticket full speed ahead. So anyway, I'm gonna type hello in the little chat section, and if you got a comment or something like that, you can jump on and let me know. I'll check it from time to time, but I'm not gonna be on here long. I'm just checking on my legacy family, trying to see how everybody doing after all that craziness. So I'm on YouTube, I'm on Facebook, and Periscope. So hey, Periscopers, you guys are always so active. Hey, Facebook friends and family, and hi, YouTube, and hi, Instagram. I should be on Instagram as well. So this is, I'm Kathleen, your conscious coach. I'm just jumping on here to talk for a minute. I will have another show, hopefully tomorrow, where I'm going to talk about some other stuff. I'll be jumping back in and talking about Cuties, that movie, and I'm also going to talk about Fashion Nova, because Fashion Nova now has Fashion Nova Kids, and when I tell y'all it's on another level and it's crazy, it's crazy. The kids are dressed up like grown folk, so we're going to talk about that on tomorrow's show during the Conscious Hour. But this Biden and Kamala Harris debate was wow. It's like what had happened was did y'all see that? Like that was crazy. I got the wrong thing up. Hold on a second. Anyway, this is just like an impromptu. This ain't really the Conscious Hour. But anyway, make sure you like, subscribe, and follow me on YouTube, Periscope, and all that, because I have different types of conversation. It's really not entertainment. It's kind of like edutainment, or I'm probably more on the edu side, but it's like edutainment. So make sure you join, follow, share, repost, and do all that. But what did you guys think? It's just a few things that really stood out to me. I'm still like got something to say about Trump, right? Because Trump, the last week when he was on, I felt really uncomfortable when he said, well, we're not doing anything, or I'm not doing anything more than other people have done to black people. That's still in my shanana. That's still in my spirit. And then he didn't even denounce his pledge of allegiance with white supremacy. So that's still in my shanana spirit. So tonight we got Kamala, but and Vice President Pence, which Vice President Pence is one of those vice presidents you've never seen, right? Like, how many times have you seen Pence during this whole? I don't know why my camera look like this. It's grainy for some reason. Like, how many times have you seen Pence since this whole thing started, right? Pence has not even. Why is it looking like that? That's getting on my nerves. Pence has not even been around. Like, you haven't heard anything about Pence. You haven't seen Pence really do anything. Like, we knew about Biden, right? Because Biden was right there with Obama. He was right there when decisions were being made. Biden had his own thing going on. He was his own person, even though he was the VP. Biden had it going on. We knew Biden. He was right there with Obama every little step he made. But Pence? Where's Pence? Who's seen Pence? Who even knows what Pence is doing? And I can tell you what Pence spends a lot of times doing. This is my opinion. Pence spends a lot of time campaigning. So while Trump is being, having his little puppet strings pulled by all the people who get him to sign everything they want him to sign, Pence is always off somewhere talking to clergy and this fake Christian based partnership type of deal they have going on, because they claim that Pence especially he claims to be so religious. So you'll always find him having some type of conversation and trying to build relationships with evangelicals. That's pretty much what he does. I haven't heard Mike Pence do anything, create jobs, come up with a plan. I haven't heard of any special projects that he's working on or anything. I literally know nothing about anything Pence has done in the last 4 years since Donald Trump has been president. Like, literally. And the only time you see Pence is when they're having like since COVID, you've seen him a little bit. Other than that, who's seen Pence? Who know what Pence does? Who knows what change or whatever Pence has brought to the American government? Look, I don't know nothing this man has done. Kiki Palmer said, "Who is this man? I don't know this man. This man could be walking down the street." And sad to say, I don't know this man. I don't know that man. But it was interesting to see. I didn't even write down any talking points, and I normally do. But off the top of my dome, we know that he like totally avoided answering any of the questions that he was asked. She could ask, like she asked about Breonna Taylor. He didn't even say anything about Breonna Taylor. What I do like is that what he did say. No, I can't say he said he was sorry for what happened to her or anything like that. He said he gave an ambiguous statement about how it's unfortunate that anything can happen to anybody. It was real ambiguous, really broad. Kamala Harris was able to say she talked to Breonna Taylor's family. Of course, we know that if you've been paying attention to social media and everything that's been happening. So she was able to say how tragic it is. She was able to speak to the systemic racism. Pence on the other side was almost denying that systemic racism exists in America, which I found to be very. That was like, wait, like who in this climate in America would even say that they don't understand or recognize systemic racism, which, just like I said a minute ago, Trump said himself last week. Like, who hasn't treated black people bad? So now, how is your VP going to stand there and say, there's no systemic racism in America? America is a great place to live. And how is he going to stand there and say that when your guy, the president, just said last week that everybody treats black people bad? That's what the president said last week. Like, who hasn't treated black people wrong and bad and poor? So Pence, you missed that. You call that wrong. And Kamala Harris, like I said, Kamala Harris, she talked about the family, how she basically had some type of relationship in terms of engaging with the family. And she talked about the tragedy of what happened. Now, one thing I know about Kamala Harris, which is why I didn't like her in the beginning, and I still got my eye on her just in terms of holding her foot to the fire and accountability. She was a part of creating laws in California that had to do with sentencing, those long sentences that they give to black people, disproportionate convictions, black people getting stopped, racial profiling, all that stuff. She kind of was a part of that whole system of treating black people unfairly. She was known to be a hard hand and stuff like that. Now, I would have to go into a whole lot to explain to you guys how mass incarceration, juvenile detention centers, just the whole racial profiling, these long sentences, that'll be a whole thing to get into all of that to explain the depths of all of that. But I'm just saying she had her hand in that real good. That's why Pence brought that up. However, I think Kamala is on a pathway to atoning for her sins in that regard. I think she's on a pathway to seek police reform, and I think she knows how to do it. In fact, I know she knows how to do it because of the nasty work she did against black people. If anybody knows how to disrupt the system, she should know how. And that's why I kind of looked to her, expected her. I'm like, Kamala, if you're going to get in this, get in it and really lead because this is your zone. Like when it comes to police reform and stuff like that, these prosecutors, judges, that whole court system, how it works, that's her zone. And so if Kamala is not being effective in turning that whole system around, then she's not doing what we all know she can do. That'd be the bottom line on that. But I mean, I just think it was tragic. I think it was tragic how y'all I looked this stuff. I ain't had this stuff set up in a minute. I just think it's tragic that Pence was so disrespectful. He couldn't stick to the topics. The moderator would ask a question. This dude is over here on something else. The moderator tried to calm him down and shut him down. He like, no, I'm going to say what I want to say. And then the moderator could ask a question and he'll say, well, I'm going back to what I was talking about. XYZ, XYZ, XYZ. The disrespect from the Trump administration, don't you find it to just be like, it's almost like saying, who are these people? They are so rude and nasty and divisive. Like I've never seen people so on fire to divide this nation every little turn they get. Because even when Pence made the comment after they asked him about Breonna Taylor, he really went on to pledge his support to police, and he didn't even define which police he supported. He really didn't give a dividing line to say, like Kamala Harris said, we got bad cops who make it hard on the good cops. Did Pence do that? No. He was just like, we support the guys in blue. Period. So I mean, like other people said, he kind of just doing the job that Trump kind of wanted to do last week, or he kind of following in the footsteps of his daddy Trump. That's what he doing. Now, guess what though? One good thing about it was that fly knew what it was doing. Did you not laugh? Tell me you didn't laugh. Look, everybody was taking pics of that fly on that man's head. I had my camera out. I'm like, it's no way I'm missing this fly. Because we all know flies love to land on crap. Right? They love, I don't know why flies like crap, but I'm not, that ain't what I do. But anyway, flies like crap. And so the fly came. Now, look, people already have figured out that the fly was on his head for more than 2 minutes. Guys, that's hilarious. I already went to TikTok. On my TikTok, I already made a little video about the fly landing on his head and everything. Like that's the funniest. That was perfect. If you that was perfect. That's like entertainment. That was perfect. Um, they made some other comments. I like that Senator Harris has all this experience. She has a lot of foreign international experience. She spoke to that. She kind of let the people know who she is and all of her titles she's held, how she's on the National Security Board and and all that stuff. And I think she kind of laid out who she was and I'm trying to get more comfortable with her. But I'm gonna be one of those ones who is really holding her foot to the fire. Like y'all just don't know. I be emailing and calling senators, governors, mayors, city council people. I be emailing and calling folk. Look, let this person out of jail, all kinds of stuff. So I do. Like when what's that girl name? Centoya Brown, when they was trying to get her out of jail, after Mike Brown got killed in Ferguson. I be jumping on like phone campaigns and email campaigns because here's the thing: if you can't do the protest, I've been a part of Black Lives Matter and the Cincinnati Black Agenda, stuff like that. So I've been a part of protests, got on the street, march, walk. I've done all of that, and I'll still do that stuff. But then you have other things you can do. You can always donate, and you can always, like I've been a part of phone campaigns, and email campaigns, and signing petitions. It's always a way to get involved and to get this work. I'm telling you, there are so many ways. Just like with the, I don't know why it's doing that. Sorry. Just like with the, why is that doing that? Is it flashing on y'all? This camera looks horrible. I don't know what's up. But anyway, just like with the Elijah McClain situation, I need a new camera. Just like with the Elijah McClain situation, you could text in, email, and then they have the system. They got these new systems now. Sean King uses it, like all of them use it now. But one email or text messages or whatever goes to like all the people that's involved. So with the Elijah McClain situation, when you sent one email, it went to the chief of police, the mayor, the governor, the senator, the attorney general's office. So they've gotten really sophisticated with technology in terms of protests and really fighting to get that black agenda done. So anyway, make sure you register. Today was the last day to register to vote. You got 3 minutes. In my state, today was the last day to vote. So I don't know what it is for your state, but for a lot of states, this was the last day. Monday was the last day for about 11 states. So check. And if you have not registered to vote, you have 3 minutes. Well, I'm in the Midwest. So you have 3 minutes if you're in the Midwest to register to vote. I just registered somebody. I helped somebody go online and register to vote about 2 hours ago. Yeah, talk about close to the mark. So if you have time, jump on to your state's website, which would be like if you're in Missouri, it'll be missouri.gov. So if you're in Illinois, it's probably illinois.gov, wherever you live, .gov, and you can still register to vote. If you don't register to vote, you can't vote. So they do have deadlines for all of this stuff. This year is going to be different from any other year because of COVID and all that. So we have to, as they say, plan your vote. You have to plan your vote. So hopefully you've gotten that taken care of. I'm so excited. I've never been so excited to vote in all of my life. Like I haven't. I have not. I've never been this. I love to vote though. I love to vote. Like I really love to vote. I take it as a privilege. I feel like I'm doing my due diligence because you're voting on, you vote on everything like Board of Education. And Board of Education means a lot because those are the people who decide funding, programs, all that kind of stuff. I might try to get on a board. I need to get this. My agenda for 2020 and 2021 is to get my behind on some boards. But anyway, when you're voting, that's tax, that's all kinds of laws, that's making sure someone who looks like you has a voice in your community. So voting goes a really long way. It's zoning. You're voting on zoning. Like everything's a vote. Taxes, just everything's a vote. So when you can commit to being a part of the voting system, well, then that just makes it all the better for you and people who look like you and your whole community. Because I'm black, but I still care about, white people who aren't racist. I still care about Hispanics and other people. So your vote matters because some of them don't have a voice, and because you can vote, um, it means a lot. But anyway, I'm gonna let you guys out of here. But that debate, oh Lord, that man was so rude and disrespectful. And did he answer any questions? Did he answer any questions? Did he? Because it seemed like he just wanted to talk about whatever he wanted to talk about. It didn't seem like he came there to actually provide answers to the public, to let us know who Mike Pence is and what Mike Pence has done. Because if you notice during that whole debate, he talked about what Kamala did. He talked about what Obama did. He talked about what Obama and Biden did together. He talked about what Kamala was against and what Biden was against and what Obama, but he didn't say anything about, since the Trump administration has been in place, I did this, and that. He didn't do that. Did you hear him say what he did, what he's done since he's been VP? He said Trump, they killed some guy over there, or whatever they did. Which, I know it, but my mind ain't that fresh this time of night to recall all the names and stuff like that. But he talked about what Trump has done and what the administration has done, but he didn't really speak to anything Mike Pence has done. What is Mike Pence's name on? What was Mike Pence's place and agenda when he was a part of, well, he still is a part of the Trump administration? How does Mike Pence feel about, this and that? So it was something to see. It was something to see. It was something. It was shocking. It was shining the shade. I'm glad that Kamala held her own. She was like, I am not about to be lectured by you. And they already went viral with all her little face, which I don't care for stuff like that because I don't like stereotypes and stuff. But her facial expressions have went viral. They was talking about her eye squinting and facial expressions and all that. And Pence was just over there like with that pink eye and his fly. Uh, he just had like a little cold face on with his snow cap, and that was it for him. He like, look, I already know we losing, so I'm here. I'm gonna say what I want to say. That's what I got from him. Like, we already losing. I'm gonna say what I want to say. I'm about to leave up out of here anyway. But anyway, guys, it's been real talking to you guys tonight. On the next Conscious Hour, again, we're going to be talking about cuties. We're going to be talking about cuties and Fashion Nova. Yeah, because they got these kids dressed like little adults, which is inappropriate. But I'm going to go back into that one more time. And then there's something else I was going to talk about on the next show. I can't remember what it was. But hopefully I get a chance to get on here 2 or 3 times before the week closes out and share some things with you guys. But for right now, good night and keep the flies off your head. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.